One of the things, I was just out at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego, and I was watching a guy give a presentation on TikTok and monetizing video. And one of the things that he said was, I mean, there's people who have millions of followers on TikTok, and TikTok pays dookie in terms of money. I mean, he asked this guy who had like 2 million followers how much money in the last year he had made on TikTok, and it was something like $5,000, and which is insane. There are people with a couple million followers on YouTube that can make $100,000, $200,000 a year, so TikTok is not paying out. So what was it about TikTok that made you want to go all in on it? It's obviously not giving you any advertising revenue. Was it driving clients for you?
Yes, it was selling online courses, but man, you just teed me up again so well.
It's my job. I'm a podcaster.
You're good. So somebody that I met and became very good buddies with recently is Michael Stelzner.
Yeah.
And I actually just chopped him up a little short form video and started talking to one of his marketing guys. And I mean, I just feel like anybody in the podcasting space could absolutely crush TikToks and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is that, man, this space it's moving super, super fast, and it's changed everything. So TikTok has, when I said I saw it coming with YouTube Shorts, YouTube was freaked out. They're like, oh my gosh, we're Google and we're YouTube. We're the biggest website out there. Guess what? They
TikTok
saw it coming
is
too.
Now.
They're not anymore.
Yeah. TikTok is the number one website in the world. It's above Google search engine now for number of hits.
Yeah.
I just heard that at that conference. That was amazing. I was just like, crazy. Oh shit.
So everybody saw that. We need to introduce YouTube Shorts. We need to combat this, especially when they did that, when YouTube did that. That was right at the same time that the whole TikTok, is it going to get taken down? Is it not? India killed it. Guess who filled the gap? YouTube. They had their shorts. It came out in India first, which is one of the reasons we knew about it. They had their own camera. They had their own system. I think it was a separate app, matter of fact, in India at that point. And all we did was talk about it in Clubhouse all day long. And when you ask about the monetary side of it, this is what's interesting. In the early days, we said, it's just an opportunity. It's a way to get out in front of this. And we'd have people that were coming in those Clubhouse rooms, and we'd be like, all right, spill the beans. How many today? And they'd be like, 50,000 new subscribers. And we're like, oh my gosh. Next day, another 50,000. We watched people go from literally zero at the end of 2020 to over 1 million subscribers in a matter of months while we were watching this happen and unroll on YouTube Shorts. A lot of food creators. My friend Lisa Wynn, she was one of them. There's so many people. I met a guy named Jake Fellman. He became a friend because of Clubhouse. He ended up being a keynote speaker at Vid Summit late last year. He got, I think it was close to 8 billion views last year. 8 billion views.
That's insane.
So we were in rooms just hanging out and having these conversations for hours. Me and Benji started hosting spaces and all that. But to bring it full circle, that was because we were early. Once Instagram tried to emulate TikTok and do their reels and they weren't getting anywhere with it, they finally unlocked something big when they started paying people $1,000 a month if they could get lots of good views. And it was invite only. So I got invited into a program where I was able to, at least make the $1,000, and that was great. It was exciting. And they say they weren't pushing that content. They were pushing that content.
Oh, I bet they were.
They were pushing out in front of more. And then Facebook opened up native Facebook Reels. And that was even bigger because the cap that you could make on Instagram was 1,000, but the cap that you could make, and that was just for me, for other people had different deals, but the cap for Facebook was $35,000 a month. And they were pushing that content, and 1 month rolled into the next. And for a short form creator, life-changing. You could go from making peanuts on TikTok to making, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, doing exactly what you've been doing.
Right.
And it changed the whole space. So pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to be, just from a trend perspective, I think that that's going to be a really defining event. And I think that it's, there's a lot of huge creators on TikTok are they understand the reach of it, like showing up on the front page of the Google search engine, right? If you're an illustrator or something like that. I mean, the reach is massive, but the monetization is not great. And I think that, it may, over time, Google may say, we're going to shave it down by 5%, by 25%, whatever it is, and your earning on advertising will get less and less. They'll either try to save money because they know no one's going to go to TikTok because they're not making any money, or they'll keep it high and reward their creators and always attract the best creators. And if between you and me, as if I owned, Google and YouTube, I'd be making sure that I maintained those payments to those creators because they are the people who make YouTube.